All right, guys, you've been waiting. We've already done the brake pads. You've been asking about the brake rotors. That's what we're doing today. Let's get into it. So here we've got 4 sets of rotors, and these are going to cover the gambit of all the vehicles that you could work on: Europeans, Asians, domestics. We have a 5th one that we don't have here. That's also a fantastic rotor. We just couldn't get one here and to be able to show you guys. Before we get into these rotors, I want to go over a kind of a misunderstanding about warped rotors, okay? And why it's important to get high quality rotors. So when people think that rotors are warped, they're not actually like warped, okay? What's happening with them is there's material that is being placed on the rotor from the pad, and I'm not a metallurgy engineer, or, it's when the pad and the rotor come together, there's material that is transferred between the two, and then that material is then deposited on the rotor in certain spots that will cause thickness variation, okay? So thickness variation is what causes your pedal pulsations, not the rotor looking like an S, okay? So the reason that you want a high quality rotor is because the metal makeup of the rotor will either, if it's inferior quality, will add to those deposits being made. High quality ones will not allow those deposits to be made. And it can still happen depending on the temperature that you get things to. What happens is if you get too high of a temperature, it can still happen. But it's also why, I don't care what rotor you buy, you can buy the most expensive rotor known to man, and you put new brake pads on it, you must bed in those brake pads. Now, we already went over that in a video before. You need to go find that video and do that, because you need to bed in brake pads. You have to do that. Otherwise, you will get pulsations. So let's start going over the rotors. And there's no order here. These are all equally, to me, equally high quality. We've used them for years with very few issues, if any. All right, so first one, European, is Textar. Same as our brake pads. This is a high quality rotor. These are, as far as I am aware, made in Germany. So I believe that's correct. We've never had an issue with them. Always been really good and available. Because one of the things that we have to deal with as a shop is what's available in your area. So, which is why you always want to have options. So I've opened this rotor up, and because I want to address something else that I see a lot. If we look at this rotor, this one is nice and clean. There's no oil on it. It's good, right? Some rotors will have a lot of oil and grease or whatever to keep it from rusting. You see that. You want to clean off the grease and the oil. You want it to be a nice dry surface. You do not want to clean off, you don't want to put any buffing wheel or anything on this surface, right? This is part of what will help you bed in the brake pads. Some of them, I was given a class, I don't even remember where, and somebody had mentioned that there were brake rotors that were black, covered black all over. And because what you normally will see, I think it's called a geocoating, and so is what this would be called, and that's what you don't want to take off. I'd never seen a black one before, so I looked it up at a break, and it's basically, I can't remember the company who made the black rotors, but it basically was a geocoating, but it was their proprietary brand of it. So if you have one that's like that, don't grind that black off, because that's supposed to be part of the transfer to the brake pad. So just be aware of that. Make sure you look up, the brake rotor you're using. Look up, I know it's a simple thing. It's a brake rotor, but you need to know what to do and not do with it. All right, let's go to the next one. Zimmerman. Again, very high quality. Never had a problem with them. I don't know, that I think these are available in pretty much every market also. So, and these would be European rotor also, right? So same thing. If it's got a coating on it, if it's oil or anything, take it off. If it doesn't, you're good, and don't take any of the other coatings off of it. There should be no reason to put any kind of abrasive disc on any new rotor, period. And don't turn a new rotor. You don't need to do that either. If you do, there's a problem. All right, next one, Brembo.
We can already see the fourth one, but it's okay.
You can see that one?
Just open it.
Oh.
Just open it. Go through them both.
We'll go through that thing. All right, Akebono. So Brembo.
They still don't know the mystery one at the end.
They don't know the mystery one. That's right. So Brembo and Akebono. Brembo is going to cover all your domestics. It'll cover a lot of vehicles, but definitely available for domestics. And Akebono obviously is available for pretty much every. I'm not saying it's available for every car, but they do cover, you know, Asian, European, and domestic, if you depending on what you need. So very good options for you, whichever if it's available. I will say that for us, Brembos can be more difficult to get in our area, and it's just a matter of the suppliers that you have. So, but any one of those is going to be good for, you know, your coverage of your domestics or your Asians on that, right? So let's do the bonus one. So the bonus one is, I've always called them ATE, or I think I've heard it's called ATE, but it's ATE, and that's a high quality rotor also. So if you have that available to you, and you know whether or not these are available or not, or you have that available, it really doesn't matter at that point. Any one of these, depending on the application, obviously these are, you know, Europeans, and you know, these would be more domestic and Asians, but if any of those, including the ATE, are available to you, take your choice. You're going to have a good quality product, and you're going to have something that, you know, when you put it on the vehicle, you're not going to have any problems with. It's going to have the right metallurgy in it, and it's going to be good. Make sure you bed those brake pads in. That's all. I mean, I can't stress that enough. We all are trying to do what's best for our client, and we all are trying to be, you know, have the most economical but quality repair that we possibly can do. We have tried. We've had people come in here, companies come in, you know, they all, you know, they're the best, they're the best, they're the best, you know, and we have tried other brake rotors that were supposedly high quality. I will tell you that in all the years we've used these brands, including ATE, we have not had one warranty because of a defective rotor. Not one. Now, we do the whole, you've seen how we do a brake job. If not, go check that video out. We're very particular. We break in the brake pads. We obviously clean everything. Okay. So we've never had a problem with one of these rotors. We have had problems with the less expensive rotors that we attempted to use, trying to be, you know, be more economical, right? Because we all know that these aren't the cheapest rotors that you can buy, and we're just trying to help our clients out. At the end of the day, we ended up eating a lot of rotors and replacing them with a high quality rotor that, of course, we paid for. So, you know, just be aware of that when these companies come in and they, you know, try to, you know, sell you on they're the best. I will tell you from our experience, these are the best. Between all of these rotors, you should have full coverage of pretty much any vehicle that you work on. I can't think of a vehicle that you would, you know, there could be some crazy ones out there, but you should be covered pretty good with these. And then the ATE in there also. So, you know, hopefully that helps you guys, you know what we use, so you can kind of, you know, use your own judgment and what's your experience. I'd love to know your guys' experience. Do you guys use any of these? Do you guys have, you know, have you had success stories with these? Leave the comments down below and let us know. Hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Hit that bell notification. And of course, hit that thumbs up. Let us know you like this video. If you'd like to see more content like this, drop that note down there for us. Appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one.